Uh, Thank you for joining us. And I'm going to talk to you about a whole new world in our pockets. Now, I've spoken in many forums worldwide, and usually I never get into this talk. But right now, when I was actually asked to talk about the mobile gaming industry and how it has actually evolved onto the smaller platforms, this is exactly how I felt. I look like it as well a bit. So then I decided, okay, instead of actually talking to you about figures and numbers, because there are a lot of established speakers here who will be talking to you about how big a billion industry this is, how many users are there worldwide, and all the different demographics. So I thought, being a gamer myself, I'll actually take you through my personal journey of how I started off, where I am right now, and what I actually feel is the scope of work in this industry. Well, my first ever gaming system was the Atari, which my dad bought for me just so that I wouldn't get into trouble and not raid the refrigerator. So I believe only one of that worked. I stopped getting into trouble, but then my whole life started to revolve around this wonderful game. And who remembers this? The boxing game and the tennis game. These actually took away so much of my life when I should have been doing something much more productive at that age. And at one of time, when I'm being an 80s kid, we never used to get the upgrades every year like what we get today. So it took me 2 years to upgrade onto my Pegasus, which introduced me to a whole new different level of gaming. That's where I got introduced to Street Fighters, the Mortal Kombats, and many of the other games where there was a lot more activity involved. Moving forward for me, but it was not the Sega revolution, it was not the console revolution that was a game changer for me as a gamer. For me, it was the PC games. Wolfenstein 3D, Prince of Persia, and then much later Road Rush. These three games actually defined my whole experience as a gamer, as to what I like to see, what I would like to experience in any game. And then this went on. I played a lot of PC games, and then finally I bought my Alienware M17X system last year, which I have been going bonkers over. And I play a lot of open world games, which actually help me, and it actually gives me all my creative input that I need. Now, there was another road that I could have taken, that is the console games. Now, the technology in this sector is mind-blowing. You have the Kinect, you have the Guitar Hero, you have band games, you have everything, even the latest Oculus right now. Many people ask me why I didn't take that route. Well, actually, I got married, and any married man sitting out here they would know. When it comes to the epic battle between the PS4 and the dishwasher always wins. So I could never buy any gaming product that was hardcore tuned to something gaming, but it was always a household appliance that I ended up buying. Then I thought, okay, what are the other aspects of gaming that could actually be out there, that people actually use and interact with? And I realized that, hey, at one point of time, everyone was on social media. So yes, the games followed. And that's when many of the people got introduced to Farmville, Treasure Island, and there were a plethora of games out there that all were trying to piggyback on the social media concept. Now, it was a fad. It allowed companies like Zynga and Playfish to make their millions. But of late, we've seen that decline because of, once again, the social aspect. People really don't want to receive invites from friends anymore, asking them to send them extra lives or send them, credits, etc. So the whole aspect of the social gaming on the PC or on social media networks is slowly on a decline. But like we saw earlier through Playzone, there is a different platform for it right now and a different approach to the whole aspect. There was one thing we forgot actually in between, personally I forgot, that is the evolution of the mobile. From the earliest mobile out there to the latest smartphone, the gaming platform has actually shrunk. It has actually become smaller. In fact, I actually was sitting there and I noticed these two gentlemen playing games on the smallest screen, that is there available for games. That is the mobile and the tablet. Now that's the power of mobile gaming and tablet gaming, which I'll be getting into a little later. Now, evolution never skips a species. It's a fact. And if you would see, even on mobile gaming, we started off with the Snake game. I was addicted to it. Anyone who had a Nokia phone would have been addicted to it. Next, when Nokia came up with the color phones, it was Bounce. And it was actually really popular in the market. And then came the smartphone, and with it, the big players in the market. Angry Birds, Candy Crush, and the extremely irritating Flappy Bird, which I could never cross more than 32 points. I'm still stuck on 33. Then we decided, okay, now what do we do? The gaming industry and the platform has been set. So now it comes a point where we need to define genres. Because that is the next step of for any gaming, avid gaming user. He needs to find a genre that he feels comfortable with. And with Mobogini, we managed to define what we call the genres specifically into different sectors. Actually, this list is endless. It's just the first screen in both English and Arabic I'm showing you. We've actually managed to define the genres out there so that any gamer of any value knows what sort of game he wants and what sort of game he actually wants to go ahead and play. And life just got easier. Now these are screenshots from our product Mobogini, where you have the weekly best games, you have collections for games that are popular in different regions, you have games that have been localized to suit your content, you have top games and popular games and everything out there, all at your fingertips, allowing you to go ahead and indulge in gaming at your own pace and at your own time. The choice is endless. Now, if you look at the Middle East, on your right, on my right, we have a list of most popular games that have been downloaded in the Middle East. Right from Candy Crush Saga to My Talking Tom. These are the most popular games that we've seen being downloaded off our platform. And we've done a case study on Subway Surfer itself, and within the first 3 hours, we managed to garner 300,000 downloads in the Middle East region alone. Now, what is it that actually drives this market? It's basically the fact that you are not allowed to be bored. If you're bored with a particular game, delete it, download another one. On Mobogini, we have more than 440 million installations worldwide, out of which over 1 million game downloads occur daily in this region. So that's the amount of games that are being downloaded in this region by people. And these are not players, new users in the market. They're actually users who have actually been playing some game, but then decided they've outgrown it and decided to go ahead and download a new one. Saudi Arabia, Iraq, and Egypt are the major players in this market, with popular genres being arcade racing and racing in this region. And now people ask me, why does this work? Now, mainly a few of the reasons which I found out that why the mobile industry actually works is because, one, it's portable. You carry it around with you. You don't actually have to have a heavy laptop or an inbuilt system with consoles and the whole home theater aspect connected to it to actually enjoy a game. It's portable. You have endless variety. You have the choice, like on Mobogini itself, we have over 500,000 games on Mobogini itself, which allows you a plethora of options to choose from. It's genre specific. You can actually select what game you want to play and download from that choice. There are no age restrictions on most games, not all, but there are no age restrictions that actually stop you from downloading or from moving onto that platform. You need no extra equipment apart from your phone, which is essentially 15 devices rolled into one. It can be used anywhere, conference hall, your metro station, in a classroom, anywhere. It can be used anywhere. And the biggest factor is in your pocket. You're free to use it wherever and whenever you want to. That is the single most defining aspect of a mobile game. And this is exactly the reason why developers now should start focusing on what I like to call the smaller screen in the market for video games. This is the main reason why it should be in your pocket. Now, okay, now this is, it's not clear, but so I just put it up. It's actually a slide that says that no matter what game you actually are part of, which platform you use, whether it's PC, whether it's mobile, whether it's your console, a gamer is always a gamer. And it doesn't matter if you prefer high graphic games or if you prefer smaller flash games, offline games, online games. The mobile aspect actually brings you much closer to your users as a developer, and as a user it gives you the freedom to use and be part of the so-called subcultural ecosystem that you really love. And like I always tell my friends, I didn't become a gamer because I don't have a life. It's because I like to live many. And I will give up video games once. That is, if the movie Real Steel becomes a real life thing wherein I can actually control huge fighting robots with my mind. Tron Legacy, if it becomes a real life game, yes, I will give up my mobile game. Or if the whole concept of Inception becomes real, and that's another scenario when I'll actually give up my mobile games. But apart from that, I have my phone in my pocket. I have a few games which I play regularly. I have a few likes and dislikes in terms of games, and that is actually common for every smartphone user out there. So as a developer, as a participant in the whole ecosystem, it becomes essential to understand that probably the future is not going to be in terms of who can make the largest or the most expensive game out there, but who can create the game that everyone would carry in their pockets. So I believe that is the direction that we need to take for the future, and that's all I have for you guys. I hope I didn't, put you guys any of you to sleep. All of you seem awake, so I'm happy. I'm ready to take any questions if you have any.